Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today's Sunday, December 13th. The month's flying by, much like November did. We're pretty near out of 2020, and I'm thankful for that. But let's get started on what I picked up today. It's the typical 17 that I show in each film, or, video. And starting off here, I got an 8 animated feature film set. It stars Rob Schneider, The One, Jane Lynch from Rock Stars, Tom Arnold in The Race Begins, Robert Patterson and Toby Harper in Aqua Tales, and it's pretty much on the covers for which actors star, and I'll do voiceover work for each one. But it's the 8 film set here. The first movie up is C, then Rock Stars, then Race Begins, Aqua Tales, Pup, Kiara, Life's a Jungle, and my friend Bernard. This was from 2014 on Phase 4 Films. They have a website as well. All of these are pretty much about 80 minutes. There's one that's like 90, but they're all about 80 minutes long or 75, somewhere around there. But pretty happy to get this little set here. 8 films on the back there. And like I said, it has a phase4films.com. No sense of reading each one. They're pretty. You get to look at the cover, you'll know. I did get Pup 2 No Good as a standalone disc, which is good. So now I have Pup 1 and 2. I think I already might have had them before that anyway, but I'm not sure. And then next up, I got a George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. I know I showed this in one of my other videos, but this makes number 2, I believe. This is the 1990 R-rated version here. I don't know if the original one was rated R. I mean, it might have been for its time, but next to this one, in terms of like graphic violence, I'd say this one is the much more gorier of the two. 88 minutes on this one. Tom Savini does the makeup effects for this Night of the Living Dead. Maybe that may be why I prefer this remake over the original, just for the like a lot of the zombie effects and things like that. And he did for Creep Show as well, so pretty happy to get that. I think that's been in past waves though, so. And that one was from 2006, I guess. Not the movie itself. That was a 90, I think, movie. But the layout, design for the disc and stuff, it said 2006. So I wouldn't doubt that's about when it came out. And then next up, because most of these phases that we have, most of the movies pretty much are in the 2000 area, range in terms of what. There are an occasional thrown in 80s or 90s movie, but predominantly it's 2000 and up on the year. ScoobyDoo and the Pirates. I've never seen this one before. Look, the red backdrop there with a pirate in the back. 87 minutes on this one. Kind of one of the longer Scooby-Doo ones, really. This one, in case you were wondering, Scooby-Doo is a Hanna-Barbera creation as well. It has the episodes Hassle in the Castle, Go Away Ghost Ship, The Ghostly Creep from the Deep. And it says Solve 3 Mysteries on the High Seas with Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Inc. crew. I'm not seeing a year on this one unless it's further into reading here. No, I'm not seeing a year on this, but it's presented in a format preserving the aspect ratio of the original television exhibitions. So, back. Then I got a snapper case Scooby-Doo here. ScoobyDoo Winter Wonder Dog. Warner Brothers Family Entertainment. Winter Wonder Dog. This has a slew of special features. I'd name them all, but there's like a lot, like super a lot. Even for, especially for an animated film that's not probably, yeah, it's not even, it's about 90 minutes, so. But it does includes the Nutcracker Scoob, Alaskan King Coward, A Scary Night with a Snow Beast, Fright, and that Snow Ghost. 'Tis the season to be Scooby. It's not rated. Pretty much everything's been, well, I guess everything in this has been preserved for the aspect ratio for this one as well, according to the back, so should look really good on your screen. I don't know if they're more or less saying it's kind of like transferred, but yet still using the original source, but I don't know. It should look pretty good on your screen. Give it like an updated look, maybe. And then next up, I got League of Super Evil, Season 1, Volume 2. I'm not sure if I grabbed this already. I think I might have. It has 13 episodes from Season 1. That's 2 disc on this, so that's cool. From Cinedigm Entertainment, color, 2 disc, nearly 5 hours of entertainment on this one. I'm not going to read what it's about because it's kind of extensive in terms of reading, but more or less a superhero. Kind of like, it kind of has that vibe like Invader Zim mixed with trying to think of what it reminds me. It's kind of like Invader Zim in a sense, the way the animation looks here. Then next up, I got a slipcover here for Pinocchio. Dreams really do come true. There's the slip. It's really cool looking. Same cover as the. And on this, I don't know if you got this, if you feel on the outside cover, these little diamond sparkle things, you can feel them on the. I don't know if you can see them there too good. And it's not picking it up on the video too well, I don't think, but there's like these little diamond, almost like a glitter or whatever on the cover, and then you can feel it on the spine as well. Same as the back, you can feel the little. Somebody put a lot of imagination into this slipcover, so. Get ready for the recarving of a masterpiece grown alongside Pinocchio, a mischievous yet lovable puppet who would do anything to find its roots and become a real boy with no strings attached. Pinocchio sets off on a wild adventure where he runs into some trouble along the way, but nothing will stop the ever so chipper puppet from chasing his dream, because when it comes to breaking the rules, Pinocchio knows best. Pun intended, knows best. Momentum Pictures. 101 minutes on this one. It does have a 5.1 digital Dolby soundtrack here, or Dolby Digital. You get what I'm saying, though. From 2013. Really happy to get this. I've seen this in other boxes where we were able to look at them, and some of them were rough because it seemed like they just crammed them in the box. But on to the next one here. From Academy Award nominated director Kirby Dick. One of the most shocking cover-ups in history. It's a winner of an audience award at Sundance Film Festival called The Invisible War. The New York Times critics pick shocking and important. And the New York Times says it's an incendiary. I'm not sure on that word. I've never heard. I don't think I've ever heard that word in my whole 50 years. I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Uh, see, it's approximately 97 minutes. Audio commentary with director Kirby Dick and producer Amy Ziering. Extended interview, Sundance post-screening speak out, that vow survivor treat, PTSD therapy deleted scene. Certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes as well. I think that's why I picked it up to see, what all the fuss was about. Apparently, this is about women in the military that are raped, or some have been raped, or I don't know if it's a handful of women that have been raped, and they're now coming forward. It says it paints a startling picture of the extent of the problem, and today a female soldier in a combat zone is more likely to be raped by a fellow soldier than killed by an enemy fighter. 20% of all active duty female servicewomen are sexually assaulted. So it's kind of like a documentary kind of movie thing going on here about that very subject of rape in the military, which I've heard. I live near a base up here in New York, and there's a number of rapes that have gone on in that have finally made the news, but it's very unnecessary subject. I would expect a soldier to have more conduct towards their fellow soldier. They're like a team, They're not. You don't look at them and in a sexual way. They're there to have you're there to have each other's back. But that's The Invisible War. Really controversial movie, if I do say so. Unrated extended cut. Quentin Tarantino presents Hostel. Written and directed by Eli Roth. This is a sick and twisted. Sicker and more twisted, unrated version of it. The scariest movie in a decade says, ain't it cool news? People have heard of this, I'm sure. I didn't see the other ones in this at all anywhere. This is a Mill Creek, in case you were wondering. Hour and 34 minutes on this one. Lions Gate. I'm not going to read what it's about. It's pretty much what people labeled as torture porn. So, if you've seen pretty much one of those, any type of torture porn, you've probably seen them all. But this is one of the better ones, the ones that stands out. So that's Hostel. I think it went on to follow up with 2 more sequels as well. If there's a 4th one, I don't know about it. This has Sharon Stone, Tommy Flanagan, and Jason Lewis running wild. Good to see Sharon Stone playing something after all, so many years kind of disappearing out of the movie scene a little bit. It says this from 2016. Rated PG, 99 minutes, color, a 5.1 Dolby Digital and English stereo, 2x35x1, four bonus features on this, including a blooper reel. It's from SP Worldwide Distribution. And I think it's a front. It says Sony as well on the back, so it's part of Sony Pictures, I guess. Yeah, Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. I think this was a Canadian release as well. Like at least this manufactured copy here. I think it was Canadian because it has the Nordique symbol on the back. Usually, that's kind of implicating that it might have come from a shipment from Canada. Next up, unrated movie here. Where Every Fantasy Comes True. Chris Pratt. I didn't know Chris Pratt was in it. Oh, this is early Chris Pratt. Brendan Hines, Denise Richards, and Scott Kahn. Deep in the Valley. Bonus feature, Naked Commentary. gotta bring it to my eyes a little closer. So entire back is yellow and it's hard to see, and then they put like little fine writing of red writing for the fonts. 2008 is a Vivendi Entertainment release. 5.1. Not Dolby Digital, just straight up 5.1. English language, and it is a dual layer, and it clocks in at 96 minutes, and it's considered a comedy, and has a ratio of 2:35:1. And it's outrageous comedy. Two buddies, uptight Carl, Brendan Hines, and Lester Chris Pratt, enter a video booth and find themselves transported to an alternate dimension where the entire world has taken on the traits of an adult film. As they struggle to get home and ironically struggle with the impossible task of getting laid, Carl and Lester go on a journey meeting characters like Gangster Busta Nut, sorority house mother Autumn Bliss, and club bouncer Summer Eve to help them on their journey. This is really early Chris Pratt. This was when he was kind of on the chunkier side. He's right there. This predates anything he had to do with the Marvel universe, in other words. So he is a little chunky here. I'm not hating on that. It's just weird to see him in that mode because he's such a in good shape guy now. It almost don't even look like him. But that's Peep in the Valley. Had to have that one. Next up, I got a well-renowned. I don't know if it's a horror thriller here. Special edition of Severance. The Office meets The Hills Have Eyes. It's good, gory fun. The best horror comedy in years. You'll never know when you're going to get hexed. It's a Magnolia Pictures as well, guys. It's rated R. 96 minutes, 2016, or 2006, rather. 5.1 and a 2.0 Dolby Digital. And it's 178:1. They have a number of activities on here. Or, well, I guess they're features. They put weekend activities. Has a commentary with the director, cast, and crew. The making of Severance. Danny Dyer featurette. Deleted scenes and outtakes. Not so special effects featurette. The genesis of Severance and behind the scenes. Danny fight scene training. And an alternate ending storyboard and much more. So it has a lot of stuff on this for a DVD. That's probably why they call it a special edition, I'm guessing. But has a lot of extensive extras. So if you get this and you're on the fence about it, sounds like it's worth it just for the extras alone if you're an extras person or a fan. The unrated other edition, Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, The Other Guys. Sit back and laugh your butt off. The Other Guys is a riot. Only, I'm sure it didn't say butt, but includes both theatrical and extended versions. PG-13 from Sony Pictures and Columbia. 116 minutes on this. 2:40:1. And this does have, let's see, does have Samuel Jackson in this and Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock. I don't know if they got cameos in this, or it says it's from the director of Step Brothers and Talladega Nights on this one. The only thing I noticed about Will Ferrell's comedies, though, generally movies that are comedy are an hour and a half, but Will Ferrell's always are close to the 2-hour time frame. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just, I don't know, it's just weird. I've noticed that. Like, I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but like his movies clock in at like an hour 45 minutes, hour 50. Somewhere around there, closer to the 2-hour time frame. Whereas a lot of comedians tend to just make these really short. You're lucky if you get 80 minutes out of some comedians. It's fully armed with hysterical features. Includes theatrical and unrated film versions, deleted and extended scenes, Bed, Bath, and Way Beyond. Watch Captain Mouch in action, Crash and Burn, and a stunt feature on this one. And that's The Other Guys. There's the back. Next up, Tom and Jerry, 22 chilling cartoons, Trick or Treats. Couldn't pass this one up. A lot of animated stuff in this one. I apologize if that's not your thing. This has a lot of stuff on it. A lot of cartoons. This is clocks in somewhere around 2 hours and 40 minutes on this one. So this is like a 3 hour. I mean, this will be ideal for my son because, you know, to pop this in for 3 hours and just let him watch Tom and Jerry. I know they're a little violent, but he's not very impressionable right now. He's not even 2. He just laugh at it, you know. My son has picked up Beavis and Butthead bad habits, though. Like when they smack people, he thinks it's okay to smack people, which I'm surprised that he's so developed already, not even 2 years old, and he's like swinging at people. So we have to tell him to stop. But I know it sounds a little drastic letting a 2-year-old watch Beavis and Butthead, but he doesn't understand what they're saying. And if he ever gets to that point, he's not watching it no more. But I think there are worse cartoons he could be watching. A lot of the Cartoon Network stuff on, you know, the Adult Swim stuff. If he, you know, that stuff's terrible for his age group, but I'm a little bit more lenient on what I let my kids watch because I feel like if you hide stuff from them when they get to be 15, 16 years old, they're going to do whatever they want and they're going to do it, you know, just to defy you. So sometimes it's better to just kind of be a little bit more lenient with stuff, you know, in terms of what you do. Because if you closet your children for too long, they're going to rebel, you know. And sometimes that's worse than, you know, than just letting them watch stuff like a Beavis and Butthead. But next up, I got Steven Tyler, Out on a Limb. Momentum Pictures. I thought at first it might be a Shout Factory or a Scream. 2018, English 2.0. It's a 16 by 9, 91 minutes on this. An intimate portrait of a rock icon. Steven Tyler, as he embraces the challenges of shifting gears, both as a solo performer and in a new genre of music, uncovering a side of Tyler many fans have never seen before. This inspiring story looks at the passion, drive, and search for creative fulfillment that keeps artists pushing boundaries throughout their careers. So, more or less, it's about Steven still, you know, trying to keep the music in his, you know, going, you know, like probably still writing songs, and I don't know if he's performing with Aerosmith much anymore, but it sounds like to me he's just trying to keep his golden pipes active, you know, so, you know, he doesn't sit home, and which I respect. I mean, there's a point you got to break up a band. I mean, I wouldn't be playing like the Rolling Stones. I wouldn't be playing well into my 70s. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with practicing and hanging out with the band members or whatever, but I know they make a lot of money on tour and stuff, but there's just a point. It's much like wrestlers. There's a point. You get to a certain age and you start being a little slower. It's kind of indicating that, you know, you should probably slow down because it can't be easy being a rock star, especially when you're getting older. I'm not saying they should, you know, not, you know, jam or whatever, but I just think they should, I don't know, just kind of slow down. I mean, a lot of these guys have got to be getting up there as well. They're probably well into their 60s. Because, I mean, they, you know, they were playing, this band was around in the 60s, so. But, that's Steven Tyler, Out on a Limb. Another musical one to throw into the library. I have Slash. I have Ozzy now. Oh, I got a slew. Oh, and then I have John Lennon, Paul McCartney. There's a lot of musical acts getting put into these phases that we've been getting movies in. And then finally here, I mean to rush what I was saying, but I just noticed that with the music disc that we've been getting lately. And then finally I got 3 Blu-rays here. A Blu-ray plus DVD combo pack. It's called Rampage, Capital Punishment. And no, this isn't Rampage to do with The Rock. This isn't nothing to do with that. This is This I don't think this has anything to do. Oh yeah, and it's got the actor who played in Freddy versus Jason. Uh, he's a little short blonde guy that played in that. That Freddy was carving. Tell him Freddy sent you or whatever on his back, or tell him about Freddy or whatever he did. Scratch on his back. Um, can't remember his name. I don't know if it's on the front. No, it's not. Phase 4 film, Canadian release here, according to the back. Brendan, I think his name's Brendan Fletcher. Lachlan Monroe, Mike Dupud, Michaela Mann. Oh, this is a U Bowl film. Okay, U Bowl did House of the Dead, that zombie film where the zombies could like half fly. You get a lot of hate, but I kind of get the hate on U Bowl to a degree, but I'm honestly a fan of his movies. I know that sounds like really bad. Why do I like U Bowl? Because his movies are really bad, but the stuff I've watched with him, I don't find it that bad. I mean, I've found worse stuff on on the indie scene that that he. I like House of the Dead. I love the music for the movie. I like I like that finale in House of the Dead where it shows it kind of like showing all different points of view and like showing him aiming the gun, and then the visionary shooting for the film would show him like going back around, and then when they'd shoot, you'd see the bullets go, but then at a slow speed, and then it would peg the zombie and come out the back. I like how they captured that as like kind of like if you were slowing down a video game. I thought they did it really. Like I said, I love the music for House of the Dead. It's a very underrated film in my eyes. I know I'll get a lot of probably hate for that, but you Bull, if you're listening, I'm a fan. I'm gonna admit it. I like your stuff. I wouldn't hang it up. I think you have a lot to give to the horror community, and I don't know. I don't know how Rampage will be, but I like his taste of action. So has special features, a making of trailer, and a director's commentary. Special features are not rated. Violent anti-hero Bill Williamson has a plan to change the world by exacting vengeance on the rich and ripping Washington apart. He holds a number of people hostage and uses his captives as his political platform to spread his message and awaken humanity. It's time to destroy the system, and change won't happen peacefully. This is a 2014 film here, Blu-ray. One more look at the front there. Like I said, this has nothing to do with The Rock Rampage. I think it's just they're named the same. Two different synopsises. One's about Washington, whereas the other one's kind of like, I think that was based on a 80s video game. Next up, Sean Bean and Danny Dyer, Age of Heroes, thrust into action, destined for greatness. And I think I showed this the other day or the day before. It's an E1, 108 minutes on this one, from 2011. Once again, they put a sticker over it, but I think I read it much better in the last video because of that sticker. Bonus features an Age of Heroes documentary, interviews with cast and crew, and the director. Deleted scenes, bloopers, and behind-the-scenes footage. It's Age of Heroes, starring Sean Bean and Danny Dyer. And then finally, here we got a film that's called Engrossing Film, Beautifully Made. It's a Sundance Film Festival from 2013 official selection. Stars Guy Pearce, Felicity Jones, and Amy Ryan. Breathe In. Temptation is only a touch away. And I believe this is a French-Canadian release too, because down here it says Defendu. or Defenda, however you want to say that. If you could see it there. I think that's another way of saying breathe in, I'm guessing. When a foreign exchange student, Felicity Jones, arrives in a small upstate New York town. I was curious as to what upstate New York town it is. I wonder if it's near where I live. She challenges the dynamics of her host family's relationships and alters their lives forever. This is a VVS film, and like I said, they have a vvsfilms.ca, which tells me that's Canadian right there, because it's .ca. That's predominantly Canadian. I pretty much think that's Canadian web address. It's a 5.1 Dolby True HD. Does have English and French subtitles. Widescreen presentation, 97 minutes, and it's a drama. Pretty much says it all by the cover. It looks dramatic. I don't know if this is kind of like an affair or whatever kind of movie or whatever, but I like the cover to it. It's different. I know I didn't have it. That's a big part, is if you don't have it. There's one last look at the back, and that wraps up what I got in this video this morning. Not a lot of genre stuff, a lot of kids stuff, a few dramatic ones, some action, one or two horror. Not too bad, not too great either, but I have a lot of, another whole bag over there. I got 2 whole boxes of stuff that I got in a trade that I actually didn't trade, I bought. And then I got another whole box over there from the Dollar Tree. I'm actually getting caught up on these and almost done to the point, I'll be able to start doing other things too on the channel. My reviews again. On unboxing for Horror Pack that I have never gotten around to. I think I'm just going to combine Horror Packs November and December together at some point. It's just this Dollar Tree is overwhelming this time because it was from, what was it? It was from end of the month, November, like the last week or two of November, right straight on through December and into the first part of next year. So that I'm pretty sure by now most places are probably pretty well picked over. There might be a couple stores that, a few stores that are still putting them out, but I think if they were, it's because they were putting them out in like 4 or 5, 6 boxes at a time, and then when they get through them, they put 4. I honestly see a lot of repeats in this phase too. That's why a lot of the stuff just gets left there by me, because I'm not gonna get 4 or 5 copies of stuff unless I know somebody's looking. A bunch of people are looking for stuff, but if you're ever looking for anything when I'm out and about, just leave it in the comments below and let me, see what I can do. That's all that's all anybody can do is see. But like I said, we don't get a lot of Blu-rays in our area. That's one of the complaints that I don't like. And if we do get Blu-rays, there's stuff I already have or I've gotten in a prior store. But thanks for watching. I've gotten 2 or 3 more subs in the middle of the night. Video over 200 views, which is really good considering the size of my channel. And I'd like to thank everybody out there for that. I'm getting ever so close to the 180 contest, which marks my 100 more subscribers since I did my last one. And that was my goal. If I got another 100 to have a contest, I'll be filling you guys in on that. Thank you for all your love and support on this channel. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later. Bye.